We now interrupt your doom scrolling to bring you this.
Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm Roxy and I'm so happy to have you here. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 60 hobbies that you can try in 2026. Last year, I did 50 hobbies you can try in 2025, and this year, I have tons of new ideas and inspo that you can try in the new year. First up, what the heck is a hobby? A hobby is just something that you do for fun. It's not for productivity. It's not for perfection. It is for your own personal growth, enjoyment, and creativity. It is something that brings you back to yourself. This makes you feel good. It sparks joy. It sparks creativity. And it honestly adds to your life outside of school, work, family, jobs, just the everydayness of life. It's just something special for you. Now, this year, we are all about hobbies that are screen-free. This is anti-rotting, anti-doom scrolling. It's about time that we start living in real life. If you have been caught up all year doom scrolling, honey, now is the time to tack back. Hobbies are going to give your brain something active and nourishing to focus on. It is going to help you create instead of consume, instead of that passive overstimulation that is associated with doom scrolling, which leads to my next point. Whenever you start feeling like you're not moving forward in life, stagnant and stuck, it is because you're rotting, honey. And that is why hobbies are so important, because it is anti-rotting. Whenever you feel like if you can't get your life together and you're just stuck, you can't move from your bed, there is nothing new happening in your life, it's because you don't have hobbies. Hobbies gently anchor you to something new that can instantly change your mood and your mindset and give you something to look forward to. Think about it. How are you to move forward if you're always stuck doing the same thing over and over? Hobbies can also reduce anxiety and overstimulation that comes with constantly being on your phone, doom scrolling and rotting. Whenever you use your hands to create something, you literally zone in. You focus on it so much so that time seems to fly. The world around you seems to fade away. And that is how hobbies can regulate your nervous system and calm your nerves and reduce the anxiety and overstimulation that you feel by always being on your phone. It also builds confidence when you start working on a small project and you see that it is doing so well. You see that you're learning, you see that you're trying new techniques, you see that something is happening, you're moving forward, change is happening. Doesn't it make you feel so good? It builds confidence in yourself that you're able to finish this puzzle or read this book or color a page. Whatever it is you're working on, it gives you confidence that you can complete it. It shows you that you have talent and you're not consuming content all day. You are creating, bringing something new to life. Hobbies also create that intentional me time, a quiet time for yourself where you do something. Remember, it's not for perfection, it's not for productivity, it's just you unwinding. I love coming home on evenings. I have my dinner, I put on something really nice to watch, maybe in the background, some nice music. I pull out my hobby supplies and I sit there and I just unwind in this perfect little quiet time for me. And I definitely invite you to have some hobby quiet time in 2026 because you are going to love and appreciate it so much. You're gonna look forward to it, I promise you. And hobbies help you feel alive again. We talked about feeling stuck and stagnant and not being able to move forward. This is why we have hobbies. It's like this magical moment that we can find a pocket of peace and happiness. Whenever you're gonna try something new, whether it's a new sport or a dance class or just another creative hobby, think about how excited you feel. You have that renewed excitement for life. I'm sure I've convinced you on all the reasons why you need to have hobbies in 2026. So let's dive into them. My first category is crafting and DIY. Number one, you can learn to do balloon arches. Balloon arches are stunning and you see them at almost every single party or event. This is a great side hustle as well. And these are great for weddings, baby showers, birthdays, the list goes on. And there are so many creative ways that you can learn to do the balloon arches. Next up is needle punching. This is where you literally have needle and yarn and you punch the fabric to create little pieces of art. I actually have a needle punch set. I have not gotten to it yet, but I'm very, very excited to try it and see how it goes. There's so many tutorials and inspiration on Pinterest. That's where I literally live. It's my favorite place. So you can always check those out and they have tons and tons of different patterns and styles that you can choose from, and you end up with a really lovely texture design. Next up, you can do woodworking or carpentering. Don't think that you need to build an entire wooden project. I am thinking more about the lines of building a little birdhouse. I think that would be so cute. You can put it in your garden. For me, I have cats, so I feel like if building a little birdhouse in the back so that the birds can come in and they can feed and they can go in would be such entertainment for my cats. There's so many other little woodworking projects you can check out. Stores like Amazon, Michaels, and other craft stores, and maybe enter your carpenter vibe. Air dry clay is another super popular one because this actually does not require a kiln to dry. It literally dries by air. I've seen people do earrings, even holders for their jewelry, little characters. The list is endless when it comes to super adorable creations that you can make with air dry clay. Next up is pop-up card making. Pop-up cards look so intricate and so fancy. So if this is something that you might be able to do, I highly recommend you do it because people always look for really unique and lovely cards for events, birthdays, celebrations, anniversaries. The list can go on and on. Three-dimensional cards that just pop up, it's just so magical because there's so many layers and depth to it. Next up, tie-dyeing. You guys remember in the 90s kids, where you at? We would tie-dye our white t-shirt, put the rubber band or string around it and dip it in the tie-dye liquid and be so excited to reveal our tie-dye creations. Tie-dye something, tie-dye a t-shirt, maybe even fabric for your hair. When we were growing up in the 90s kids world, by the way, we literally thrived on hobbies, and as technology became more and more just present, I feel like if all of these things started fading away so much, and it's so sad because I grew up as a very creative person and I really miss all of these things. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's so simple. You can get a tie-dye kit and see how much fun we had. Next up are charm bracelets. You can collect charms and have a charm making night with your friends. I have actually even seen that there are places where you can go in some cities and you have like a charm bar. You have a bracelet and then you go ahead and you are able to choose out different charms to create your charm bracelet or charm necklace. You can buy some inexpensive charms on Amazon, invite your friends over and have a charm bracelet night, and everyone has their friendship charm bracelets. Next up is quilt making. You can make a quilt using different pieces of fabric. I remember some of my friends were keeping their kids' old clothes, like some of their old clothes, so that they can patch make it. Basically, they can sew them into a quilt so that they can have their clothes from when they were children, which I think is such a cute idea. Could you imagine having all of your baby clothes like sewn together in a quilt that you can take with you for the rest of your life? Even if it's not baby clothes, you can literally go to the cloth store and get different fabric and, you know, make something really whimsical and lovely. You can do mosaic art, which is basically where you have like pieces of broken tiles or glass and you create an art piece from it. A lot of times in craft stores or on Amazon, you can get like the pieces of glass in different colors, and then you can go ahead and create your masterpiece like that. Next up is shell art, creating cute things from shells. You can do like a shell hairbrush or a shell mirror. So don't sleep on these shell creations. They're endless and they look absolutely stunning, like so chic, so mermaid-esque. I love the idea of doing a shell frame, so I might do that. Next up, popping up that I keep seeing is bead embroidery. So this is not just embroidery as we know it. This is where you use tiny shimmering beads to create something, and let me tell you, these look absolutely stunning. I believe there's a lot of patience that has to go into this. You can probably add pieces to your bags and your purses or even your t-shirts, something like that to elevate your fashion. Pinterest has tons of ideas that you can choose from. Next up is food stamping. This is again so 90s nostalgic. We would cut the celery stalks and we would dip the bottom pieces in ink, and then we would stamp our tote bags on t-shirts. Something that I love that I think will be really nice is to actually do it on paper. So you can get wrapping paper. Imagine doing your own custom wrapping paper, or even for birthdays, and it's basically you creating your own wrapping paper or fabric prints and then turning it into something else. Next up is patches. So this might be something that you have to buy, but you can collect patches that you can iron on onto your clothes, so like heat patches or patches that you can sew onto your clothes, and you can literally decorate your bags or your clothes or your hats, put it on jewelry cases. You can literally customize your entire closet and your aesthetic. They have so much that you can choose from. It's a great way to personalize your things. I've seen people do the patches on like their makeup bag or even school bags. You know, you can really customize so many things with the patches. Next up is terracotta pot painting. So this is where you have like the plain terracotta pots and then you go ahead and paint them and maybe put your herbs and your flowers in them. Next up, you can make cute phone cases. I have seen a major trend of people decorating phone cases with that silicone icing, and it looks so good. Like, I am literally looking at videos like that and being like, wow, these look so good. And the best part is that when you put little things inside of it, when the silicone dries, it stays like that. You can add charms, gems, pearls, so many little trinkets you can add to it. Sparkly, glittery things. I feel like if this is something that you can really zone out in. Next up is shrinky dinks. I've only heard about this year. So this is basically where you have plastic sheets that you can draw or paint on, and then it basically shrinks down when you bake it. I've seen people do like jewelry with these shrinky dinks. There's so many videos where it shows you like shrinking down into the actual element that it's supposed to be. Next up, melty beads. I've actually done melty beads. This is a little project that I got in the Target dollar swatch section, and you basically follow the pattern and then you put the beads on it, and for the beads to stay you have to iron it so it fuses with heat, and then you actually get an entire little character. I did like cozy fall animals, but I've seen melty beads with bookmarks. I've seen it with flowers, with coasters, with keychains, so many things, and it's really simple. And you see that process of like putting the beads onto the bead holder. You guys, that is literally going to make you zone out because you have to be so focused on putting the beads where they're supposed to be and then ironing it on. Next up, something I've been seeing all over this year, and that is book bedazzling, where you have your books and then you add gems to it to make it all bedazzled and sparkly. I have been seeing it with the ACOTAR series, with all the summer romances. Like, I am tempted to do it. I feel like if I need to bedazzle like some of my pink books, and I think that this will be a fun activity. I also feel like if this is going to make you zone in as well, because you have to be really careful and intentional where you're putting your gems. Which leads me to my next hobby, which I have been loving again, and it's something similar but not quite. It is where you use glitter to bedazzle your pictures, sometimes your books, but I've mostly seen it with pictures, like your Polaroid pictures, and you add glitter to it and it makes it so pretty and sparkly. I've seen it for weddings a lot, but you can do it for anything. So like when I put up my personal pictures and I frame them, I think it would be so much fun to bedazzle them and make it look all sparkly and pretty. Next up, you can do tiny bookshelves or even the tiny books. I have seen people make the tiniest little bookshelves based on books that they've read, and I found that it was such a creative and unique little idea. They even have jars of TBR books, and it's in the jar, and then they just choose one, and it's the actual little mini cover of the book, and it's this small. If you're really into reading, I think that this will be such a special little hobby that you can do. The next up is paint by numbers. This is something that we did as kids, but there are grown-up versions of this now that you can get. I've seen it on Amazon, and you basically just paint by numbers. It comes with everything, like the canvas that you need, as well as the paints, the paint brushes, and you just go ahead and follow that and end up with a really stunning painting that you can go ahead and frame. Next up is needle pointing. This is not to be mixed up with needle punching that we mentioned earlier. This actually has detailed stitching and artwork on a canvas. There's so many cute prints that I have been seeing as well. So if you like embroidery, you might like needle pointing, it would not hurt to try. I know Brooke Mitchell is like obsessed with needle pointing right now, and I've been seeing how cute she does it. Next up is stamp collecting. I know this might be a thing of the past, but if you get your hands on really rare stamps, you can actually have like a really pretty stamp collection, because who knows in the next few years if stamps are even going to be a thing. So imagine if you had like a book and you started stamp collecting from now, how vintage that might be in years to come. Next up is coloring, and of course you guys know this was coming. I have my own coloring book available on Amazon. It is my Bold and Easy Girl Therapy coloring book. It has 50 stunning, simple, girly, cute drawings that you can finish in less than 10 minutes. I wanted to do a coloring book based on all of my previous drawings for my planners, and that is what you're seeing in this book. Just very simple things. I did not want to do entire scenes where you would have to spend like a lot of time on it. I wanted you to get that dopamine boost by finishing one page and having it come out really cute in literally less than 10 to 15 minutes. So you have no excuse not to color or have this as one of your hobbies. I will have it linked down below. If you're a girly girl like me, you're gonna be obsessed with this book. And then I also have my coloring markers, and I have it in an acrylic display, so it's very easy for me to choose from. It is one of my favorite things to do because it's just mindfully sitting down and coloring and just really taking my time to create, not doom scrolling, not rotting, all of the things that we talked about. Next up, something similar is watercoloring. I got a little watercoloring book and a set of watercolors, and I have been loving learning how to watercolor. When I say learning how to watercolor, they have like a display picture and then you follow the colors and you're able to replicate it basically. It's not really good at the instructions, that's the only thing. Like, it does not give detailed instructions, so you kind of have to wing it, which is what I do. So I just match the colors to the best of my knowledge. So it's definitely not a tutorial type of book. It looks like that at first, but when I started using it, I was like, oh, like this does not really give great instructions, but it's so much fun to do anyway, and it relaxes me and unwinds me, and at the end of it I come out with a really cute watercolor print, so why not? And there are tons of books in this same collection that you can check out. Next up, you can do gemstone art. So I know we talked about bedazzling books, but you can bedazzle so many other things like your phone cases, picture frames, hairbrushes. The possibilities are endless when it comes to gemstones and bedazzling. I feel like if that was also a 90s thing, because I remember like practically bedazzling everything. It's such a vibe. Next up, you can do a terrarium, which is like a glass enclosure with succulents, stones, cute little things like that. On a similar theme, you can do like a miniature fairy garden, which I love. I remember being very small, and every time I saw a mushroom, I would be like, a fairy lives under there. There are so many cute detailed fairy gardens that you can build. And there are so many inspirations that you can look at to build your own fairy gardens with flowers, moss, and of course little fairy figurines. I think this is so adorable. Next up is ceramic glazing. This is a hobby that I definitely did this year. I went to ceramic workshops every few months. I have made mugs. I have made a cat bowl, which I am obsessed with. I have just had so much fun with my ceramic glazing and seeing how things look after they come out of the kiln. Ceramic glazing, things need to be fired so you get it back a few days later, but it's so much fun. I highly recommend it because you can use these actually after. Like, it's not only pretty, it's functional. You can use it for your cats, you can drink from your mugs, you can eat from your bowls. It's a whole vibe. Next up, something that I think is so cute is pen pal lettering. Like, why not get some friends and have like pen pal exchanges every single month, and you can do simple letters in envelopes with little stickers and little cute things like that. It's so chic. It's taking it back to like back before scrolling and rotting and phones and tech, and then it's filled with little things like stickers or recipes or little things like that, which I think is so dainty, so darling. It's something that I really would love to do. Number 30 is to create a butterfly garden. I'm actually working on this right now because I built a little catio for my cats, and I think that if I put plants that attract butterflies in front of the catio or around it in pots, that my cats would be so thrilled. I'm obsessed with my cats, if you couldn't tell, and they would be able to see all of the butterflies all day long, which I mean, that would make my heart just absolutely burst. But this is not only for cats. That's just my example of why I want to do it. But you can literally have butterfly attracting plants like zinnias and bright colorful flowers so that you can just have butterflies in your yard and enjoy it. And I think that is so romantic. So we are on to our next category, which is culinary and gastronomy. So this has anything to do with food and drinks. So number 31, you can do tea making. You could actually start making your own tea using dried leaves and other botanicals. And then you can put it into a jar and you have a really nice rose blend or a citrus blend, and you can make your own infused tea like this. I think that might be something that you can definitely read up and learn more about. And I think that it could also make really nice gifts for your friends as well. Next up is kombucha. I love kombucha. This might be a process. I wouldn't even lie. This might be a process from what I've seen, but I think it's going to be an amazing reward. And kombucha is really expensive, you guys. So if you can start making your own, good job to you, because you will save a lot of money on it. Kombucha is a really amazing probiotic for your gut. So this is something healthy that you can learn to do. Next up is latte art. One of my friends on Instagram got like a latte machine, and I'm seeing her always practicing the latte art. I think it's a little difficult to learn at first, but that's the way life is. But you feel so confident, like we mentioned earlier. You feel satisfied when you actually practice until you get it perfectly. So you can do like hearts, leaves, swans, just so many cute little things. I really think that this is such a fun thing to do, and you'll impress so much people when you can like whip out a really nice rosette or a swan on their matcha latte or whatever they're drinking. Next up, you can make sushi. I did try making sushi in the past before, and I really did love it. I have not made it in a few years since I moved. I didn't make my sushi. I think it's because I can't find my bamboo mat and stuff like that. But making sushi was so much fun when I was trying it. I was making it practically almost every week, and it's so good. And for me, I would do like vegan rolls, like mango and cucumbers. It's so good. If you are a sushi obsessed person, you can also try making more Japanese meals, which is something that I'm aiming towards as well. I love Japanese food. It's my favorite type of food. Although you can make sushi, there are so many other little things that you can try to make, which leads me to my next point, which is making kimchi. And I did do a kimchi making class last year, and it was so much fun. There was a point I was making kimchi in my house almost every single week because it was so good and I would eat it out so quickly. This is something great that you can add to your sandwiches, and I would personally love adding mine to my rice bowls. It's absolutely delicious. I have a Napa cabbage in my fridge right now to make my kimchi, so this is my sign to make it. You can definitely take cooking classes. Why not? Take a class and learn how to do it so that you can make it yourself. Next up, you can do truffle making. I went to a truffle making class in Boston, and it was so much fun. I went with my brother. He lives there now. It was one of the highlights of my trip. I loved it so much. It's a little time consuming and messy with your hands because you really get into that chocolate, but it was such a new experience for me, and truffles are really pricey. So if you start making these and you're really good at it, you can probably even sell them. You can also decorate them in so many different ways as well. I've seen truffles look literally like work of art, so that's something that you can think about. Next up, you can try foraging, which is basically looking around and foraging through forests for edible plants and berries and food and stuff like that, and where you identify safe plants, berries, herbs, etc. that you can go ahead and eat. Next up is hydroponics. This is where you can grow herbs and greens in a compact water system. You can do this indoors, and I have seen people actually have like hydroponic towers even, where they grow like herbs and greens like spinach, arugula. It does not take up a lot of space. You don't have to think about watering it like you would traditionally have to water plants. There's no soil involved. And I think there are hydroponic kits now that you can set up for yourself and maybe start growing some of your own food right in the comfort of your kitchen. Next up is juicing. Juicing is so expensive. So if you start juicing on your own, you're gonna save some good money. Let me just say, you can get a juicer, and that can be something that you do every single week. You like meal prep basically, and you have your juices ready, and then you do like your pineapple and ginger juices, your celery juices, all different types of juices you can do. Then you pop that into your fridge, and you basically have a juice every day that you can have. I love that. Next up, you might not think of it as a hobby, but I think that meal prepping is something that you can make into a nice little ritual. You can invest in really good meal prepping containers, and at the beginning of the week you can make this into a hobby. You can make this into a vibe. You cook for yourself and then you add it to the containers, and there you go. You are a meal prepping queen. You never have to ask that age-old question, what's for dinner? You have your really nice overnight oats or chia seed pudding for breakfast. You have your salads, you have your rice bowls for lunch, and then your salads or soups for the night. Love it. I mean, I aspire to be this great in life one day. Next category, physical activity and sports. Number 41, pickleball. I have to mention pickleball because this is my new thing. I go to pickleball at least twice a month because it's a little bit far from me, but I love it so much. I am obsessed. Like, I came from badminton roots and I love racket sports. I played competitively. So now that there's pickleball, and I feel like if it's an in-between of tennis and badminton, to be honest, I am thriving. I love it so much. This has been on my bucket list for 2025. I mean, I literally manifested pickleball, I feel like, and I have little cute outfits and I'm having so much fun. Next up is pole dancing. This is such a classy workout that you can do. It's also very, very hard. You need a lot of core strength to do this. It's not as easy as you think. You can build strength and confidence through expressive movement at pole classes. Number 43 is bar. When I was on my weight loss journey, I would work out at home alone and I would do online bar classes. Bar is basically like ballet form of workout, which I think is so chic. I would have like my chair and I would be doing all of the ballet bar moves, and I feel like if those workouts are so intense but feels so good, because I truly did feel like a ballerina, and who doesn't want to feel like a ballerina? Next up, you can do heels classes. This has become very, very, very popular where you do heels. It's like a great workout in your high heels and you dance to these really trendy, sometimes very sexy songs. Definitely think if you have the chance to go to a heels class, then you should. You just do something different. That's what hobbies are about, just doing different things. Something that was on my list of things to do this year was salsa dancing, and I did go to a salsa class in February and it was so much fun. In the beginning, I didn't know what I was doing, but I ended up really enjoying it and it gave me confidence. It made me feel sexy. It made me feel like I was doing something new. You can do aerial skills or with the hoops and it looks so graceful, so elegant when you actually learn how to do it. You are definitely going to come out so much stronger because it's a lot of core strength. Again, a lot of strength that you have to use to pull your body up. Next up is golf. Now, let me just say, this is not my favorite thing to do. I don't like golf. It's not my sport of choice at all. I feel like if I just don't get it, but it might be yours and you wouldn't know unless you tried. This sport is all about precision. You need to have a lot of patience. I feel like if it's slow paced, and that's why it's just not my thing. I love like my racket sports, like very fast paced things. Maybe there's someone in your life who you know plays golf and they can take you onto the golf course and you can try it and see. Next up is flexibility. You can start working on your handstands, your splits, your mobility even. You guys, I am so unflexible, it's not even funny. Like, I can't even touch my toes, and that might be a goal that I have. I am just so tight all the time from sitting down and not moving my body during the day. I do get in my 10K steps, like if it's one thing I do is that, but that does not help me with my mobility and my flexibility. So that's something that I feel like if I need to work on. So I'm just dropping it in this list of hobbies in case maybe if you want to have a goal of doing a headstand or a handstand or a split in 2026, this might be your time to think about it and start working towards it. Next up is bird watching. I have a friend on Instagram again, and she is currently obsessed with birds. Almost all of her story is about identifying birds and bird songs, and I think it's just the most random thing ever. But it inspired me to put this in my list of hobbies because why not? If you are really interested in different types of bird sounds, like a bird is literally outside chirping right now and I have no idea what it is. But if I was into bird watching, I would be like, yeah, I'd be able to identify that for you. Next up, you can do cycling. If you don't have a bike, you can rent one and then you can go bike riding throughout your city or on a nature trail or something like that. Bike riding is so much fun. I did it a lot in Canada and I would have like my basket and it would be so much fun. Just very, very, such a cutesy vibe. I feel like if whenever I see people on bikes, I just think it's such a vibe. And it also adds so much strength to your legs as well. Like your calves, ooh. Girl. Number 50, horseback riding. Horses might not be something that we can have access to all the time, but there are ranches that you can go and visit and maybe have a day where you ride a horse or maybe get to know how to take care of them. I mean, horses are absolutely magnificent, majestic creatures. And I know that sometimes there are places where you can go on trails and do horseback riding or on the beach, things like that. Next up, you could maybe try DJing. Why not? There's so many people who have like DJ setups and they just make it a whole vibe. You never know. Like I would always say, you just really, really never know unless you try it. That is my theme of these hobbies, and that's why I want your mindset to be like that going into the new year, because it's an unwritten chapter of your life. There's so many possibilities, and who knows if you might be the next great DJ. Maybe you want to just create a special beat for your friends, your family, for a birthday, just things like that. You never know, it might be something fun. Number 52 is my hobby that I'm obsessed with, and that is walking and getting in my 10K steps right on my walking pad, which you can't see, but it's right behind my couch. I love getting in my 10K steps every single day. It's something that I truly look forward to. I believe it's like a hobby right now, as well as part of my daily life that I just love so much. I would put on my favorite YouTubers and I would literally watch and walk. It's my favorite thing ever. My watch and walk moments, especially now that it's so dark outside. I would not go outside. It's also raining so much, but with my walking pad, I can just get it done. If you want to get more into walking in 2026, I have an entire video that you can check out on how to start getting in your 10K steps every day and all about a walking pad and how it changed my life, that kind of thing. That video will be linked down below, so you can go ahead and check it out if you want to be in your walking era. Next up, we're on to intellectual and mind. So first up on my list is training my cat. You guys, I know this might be funny, but you can train your cat, your dog, your pet to do little tricks even. Right now, I'm training Lola, my little gray cat. Well, she's not really little. I'm training her to walk on my walking pad when I walk on it, and it's been so much fun. She's actually doing it. I will insert footage. She looks like a little bear on my walking pad, and I have been training her. I did not think she was going to do it at all. My next cat, Coco, is afraid of the walking pad, but Lola is actually doing it, which is wild. So it gives me hope that I can train my cat, and that's why I put it as a hobby, because it's going to take time, it's going to take practice, but the reward is going to be so much, because one day I know she's just going to hop on the walking pad and walk, and I'm going to be like, this is my moment. This is what I was working towards. So that can be something that you can do if you have a pet. You can train them to do little tricks or activities. Next up, puzzles. You guys know I'm a puzzle girly. I actually framed my puzzle this year. It is a 500 piece, absolutely stunning. It is a cat cafe, which hello, do we not know who I am? It is so pretty. It's the first puzzle that I had professionally framed. Last year I did a puzzle as well, but I framed it myself and it was not the best in life. But now I'm definitely going with the professional route. It looks absolutely stunning in my kitchen above my dining table. So if you have not been into puzzles recently, you can try one. There's so many absolutely stunning puzzles. But don't just build them. I recommend that you frame it. So choose a puzzle that you will want to frame, because it will make a stunning work of art in your home, and it will definitely be a conversation starter. Next up is word search books. I have, you guys, a best-selling word search book on Amazon. It is all things girly, and again, it's the cutest, girliest word search book ever. And I am so happy for all of your support if you did get one. And if you haven't, I will leave that link down below so you can go ahead and check it out. There's book 1 and book 2, both of them very cute, very girly, filled with like truly girly things, I would say, and not just your basic random boring word search pages that mean I don't know what. So I definitely had to mention it because I love doing my word search at my lunch break in work. It just distracts me. It takes me away from being on my computer screen and on my phone all day, because that's my job, is on my phone and on my computer. So for lunch, I would like take a little step back and do a word search puzzle, and it's so much fun. It brings me so much joy, and I can literally feel my brain working. I can feel myself thinking for myself instead of just consuming all day. I literally can feel, like, hear my brain work. You know. Next up, you can learn sign language. This might be something that might be a little challenging, but so very useful in your life, and it can make you so much more interesting. Can you imagine if you just started doing sign language? People would literally be like, what on earth is happening? You want to be able to communicate with everyone. Next up is chess. This is one of my favorite games. It's also very, very intellectual as well, and this will definitely make you be 100% more interested. I love it so much because I feel like if it makes people so easy to underestimate you, especially because girls just don't get a good rep when it comes to chess. Like, a lot of times guys think that they can beat you, but imagine if you actually learn to play chess and you're good at it and you literally win a match against a guy. It's gonna be like a big thing. Trust me, it's gonna be a big thing, because guys just think that girls can't play chess. So why not show them how it's done? You can learn how to play chess online on your computer. You can play all the time like that. You can play with your siblings, like my brother and I would always play. By the way, if you have not watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix, what are you doing? It's one of the best shows that you can watch. It's about a girl in chess and how she just truly rises to greatness. It's a must watch. Next up is a Rubik's Cube. I have never been able to solve a Rubik's Cube, but I have seen videos where people do it in less than 60 seconds. And I think, wow, how amazing are they to do this? I feel like if this might be a hobby that you can pick up so that you can literally blow people's minds, because when they see you literally putting together a Rubik's Cube, not much people can do this in life. It's going to make people literally be like, wow, she knows what's up. Number 59, you can learn how to play a card game like poker or all fours or something like that. I have no idea how to play any of those. But when I hear that people can do it, I'm like, wow, you're so cool. I feel like if this is a game where you need somebody to actually teach you how to do it or like play with you so that you learn it as you play, if that makes sense, because a lot of times you might not just understand the rules. I feel like if that would be a case for me, like I can read the rules, but I would not understand it unless I actually play it and be really hands-on. But I don't know how to play a lot of card games, and that's something that I want to improve on in the new year. And last up, number 60, you can do like tarot cards. This might not be for everybody, but I wanted to add it in because tarot is something that you have to learn, and it might be something that you can have fun with giving your friends tarot card readings or yourself. I think that tarot is all about exploring your intuition as well as reflection through these readings. A lot of people think it's all wishy-washy, but I just take it for what it is, just trying to figure out life and just seeing it through a different perspective, for instance. So that's something that you might want to have as a hobby in 2026. So I hope that you enjoyed this video and these 60 hobbies that you can try in 2026. Let me know which one you liked from this list, if you're going to try any, or if you have a hobby that I didn't mention, you can comment it down below so maybe we can add it to our list. You can also check out my last hobby videos that I did this year for even more inspiration, because why not? We want to be more interesting in 2026. We want to not be doom scrolling, rotting. We want to be more creative instead of consuming. We want to not feel stagnant and stuck. We want to move forward. We want to actually do things and be in our hobby era. Thumbs this video up if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more videos like these, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss a thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Mwah.